Here I am, about to break into Minecraft's most secure fortress ever built, along with 1,000 other teammates all trying to win $1,000. But I have a little ace up my sleeve, 19 TNT minecarts capable of winning this event without even getting close to the finish line. See, over the last month I've put together a cracked team and we've engineered a way to give ourselves an advantage in this event, but it all comes down to this moment. The YouTuber The Horizon has created a Minecraft event. Simple in concept, 15 of Minecraft's most skilled players defend a fortress they had 1 week to build, from an onslaught of 1,500 players that only had 2 hours to prepare. In the middle is a crystal, one hit from a player and they win $1,000. It's basically those clickbait, super safe bases on YouTube, but for real. The fortress is made out of thousands of blocks of obsidian, mining fatigue, and most importantly, skilled players. So, who will win? Quality or quantity? I joined to play in this event as one of the 1,500 players, and this ain't my first rodeo. This event happened 2 years ago with 10 versus 1,000 players. There's me in the video. I actually managed to get to the last line of defense before the crystal, but was killed, and this wasn't unusual. So many players managed to break past the majority of the defenses. This is because you can make a fortress out of anything, but it will be feeble compared to the Minecraft player. The player has so many options and is just too powerful compared to blocks. Elder Guardians to give mining fatigue? Just bring milk. Lava? Just bring fire resistance or place blocks. The only way to counter the Minecraft player is with another Minecraft player. That's why every good fortress design so far has been an adaptation of this room. A crystal suspended in a cylindrical room protected by 10 layers of obsidian and 10 players. If a player drops down and starts to dig in, the protectors can just knock them off and kill them at the bottom. Everything up until this point can be dug through relatively easily. It just acts as a filter and to stagger the players for the final room. This last room is the real challenge, so what if there was a way to bypass this entirely and destroy the crystal without even getting close to it? I first thought of doing this when I discovered this video on YouTube on how to create a warp arrow, a glitch that can shoot arrows so fast they travel through blocks. When I first saw this, I immediately thought of using it in the Horizon event. You can use TNT minecarts to accelerate arrows to supersonic levels. So I hopped into a testing world to figure out a design. And it worked! I could shoot an arrow through an enderman, through blocks to destroy a crystal from 20 blocks away. The problem would be the enderman. Bringing an enderman to the last line of defense would be a massive struggle, but if the arrow could go fast enough, it could work from outside the prison, in theory, but it only seemed to be working from a limit of 21 blocks away. And that's when I noticed something weird. The arrows weren't going through the blocks. Turns out, this glitch has been patched since 1.21.2. What? Like, how was I destroying the crystal from so far away then? And that's when I discovered something. TNT minecarts can just destroy things through blocks. And this explains the limit of 21 blocks. Well, why 21? Let's go into the science of TNT minecarts. They can blow up with absurd damage, but this gets nearly entirely removed if you just place obsidian. But not entirely. For some strange reason, no matter how many and what blocks you place in between you and the minecarts, you will still take a small amount of damage, which gets capped after 21 blocks away, which can be achieved with 12 TNT minecarts. This is a really strange and unique feature, never used by anyone, because why would you ever use 12 TNT minecarts to do a single point of damage? But what if your target only has 1 hit point? This is why the crystal was being destroyed even though the warp arrow glitch has been patched. The TNT minecarts themselves were just destroying the crystal because an ender crystal has 1 hit point. This is a really obscure combination of Minecraft trivia that is perfect for the specific issue we have. If I manage to mine to the last line of defense, blow up a bunch of TNT minecarts, they will explode the crystal through the wall and win me $1,000. But there's one massive issue. We're not dealing with the irregular end crystal. This was a custom crystal made specifically for this event, and it was probably designed for people trying to do exactly what I'm doing. So I asked a question on the public forum. I tried to phrase it in a way that would answer my question without giving away what I was trying to do, and they just gave me a really unclear answer. So I asked again, being more specific, and they again didn't answer the question properly. Thanks, guys. But I know how annoying it can be to get asked the exact same question 500 times, which is already answered somewhere if people on the internet could actually read. Oh look, a reply from one of the event admins. They say any type of damage works, but it needs to be credited to you. Kill credit, the bane of anybody who's tried to make a lifesteal mod. When you kill a mob or are killed, the game tracks what entity killed it. This system exists in Minecraft to tell the game what to display in the death message, whether or not to drop XP from mob drops, among other things. But the event admins say they've used this system, and the crystal will only break if kill credit is from a player. This causes an issue because TNT minecarts are not a player. However, if you've ever become one of those sad losers playing Minecraft PvP with minecarts, you will also know that flame bows cause a TNT minecart to explode with a kill credit. But this doesn't work. Well, it does, but that 21 block range is limited down to an 8 block range. This could be used as a final resort if I manage to be on top of the main diamond when the guards aren't there, but let's figure out another way.
I figured it out. So the problem before was that all the arrows were hitting the minecart at once, making it just count as like one explosion. Bunch of arrows on a trapdoor, and just as many arrows as there are TNT minecarts underneath. And you flip open the trapdoor and then they all blow up like next to each other.
This test, I spawned a creeper with 1 health, set up the bomb, and look here, the creeper's dead, and there's a bunch of XP, meaning a player killed it. And the statistics confirm it. Minecraft registered a kill from a player. This will work, and the skilled players will never even know we were there. But this was not going to be possible by myself. There were just too many materials to collect. Iron, gunpowder, redstone, high gear, ender pearls, and so much more. I was gonna need a team. First up, me, the inventor and team leader. I'm the mastermind behind this operation. While I lack in PvP and technical skill, I make up for in having friends who have PvP and technical skill. It's not Leon, an Australian YouTuber with lots of PvP, happy ghast, and speedrunning experience. He was perfect for the team. While Labs Oren, despite his crippling granola addiction, Oren is the only man for this job. His quick thinking and technical skills are unmatched. He once even built Rome in a day. KipperNZ, a long-time Minecraft player whose specialist skills include PvP, playing Minecraft Hive but a random challenge is applied every game, and being better at Leon at video games. And then there's Daniel. He's just a cool dude. This was the Dream Beam team. Every base was covered and we were not going to take losing as an option. The 15 skilled players are not prepared for a bunch of unqualified fools with a nuclear bomb. Game day was in 1 month. 1 week before there would be a test event. This was to make sure the server software was strong enough to handle this many players, but they would run it through as if it was the real event. The same 2-hour prep period, but the fortress would be a different one to one used in the real event. This is so the players would not know what was about to happen. That is their biggest advantage, the unknown. They could build the fortress out of anything, so we will need to be prepared for anything. But looking at past events, it's likely a combination of obsidian, water, lava, bubble columns, sand, and possibly Ravagers. These are the easy defenses, but they're still pretty difficult. We need practice in, but more importantly, getting in fast. While the enemy is the 15 skilled players, it's likely some of our hundreds of teammates might just get in before us and beat the final defense the old-fashioned way. So I recreated some of the wall defenses they've used in previous events and gathered the beam team together to do some practice. We experimented around with different breaking in methods and found a good method for each common defense. The test event will be a great time to practice these skills as well as practicing getting the resources. And this is actually the main challenge. We need full diamond gear for 5 players, fire resistant potions, enchantments, ender pearls, 65 buckets for milk and water, obsidian, the pocket nuke kit, and 12 TNT minecarts at the least, which is made from a stack of iron and gunpowder. This is the real reason I needed more people. We can divide and conquer. With some thinking, I created a 5-page Google document explaining my idea for a plan in the event. We did some practice of this by simulating the event and giving ourselves 2 hours to collect as much stuff as possible.
Okay, there are so many creepers and it's just kind of annoying.
So after testing what we can and getting some recommendations from the team, we refined it and came up with a final mock-up. Alright boys, here's the plan. The first main resource we need is gear for everybody in the team, but from our testing we found out that in modern versions it's actually pretty easy for everyone to get full diamond armor pretty quickly, so we'll all take care of our own gear. 2 players can go into the nether to collect the ender pearls, fire resistance, blaze rods, leather, and brew the potions by looting a bastion and fortress. We'll need to be quick and loot the bastion before anyone else can get to it, and then we also need to collect TNT. TNT is made from gunpowder. Gunpowder is the most difficult resource. The most important, but also the most difficult. You might think that we can just kill creepers, but if you look back at my footage from the previous event, there are basically no mobs spawning whatsoever. I walked around for 8 minutes and collected a single piece of gunpowder. We need 1.5 stacks. This is because of the insane amount of players on the server slowing it down, but there is an option that could save us. Desert temples. Desert temples generate with heaps of gunpowder in the chests, as well as 9 blocks of TNT underneath the trap. A single desert temple could give us enough TNT for 1 bomb. 1 is theoretically enough, but if it doesn't work, the more the merrier. And of course, all 5 of us will be killing every creeper we see, but even without the horrible mob spawn rates, this would not be enough. Once we load into the event, we will be randomly spread out across a 25,000 block wide map. If any 5 of us aren't in a desert biome, then I will dedicate up to the entire 2 hours to search the world for a desert temple. If you spawn nowhere near one, they can actually be really rare to find. With consistent strategies, any resource can be collected, but when the only strategy to collect said resource is dumb luck, there's no way to prepare for it. We can't practice or guarantee luck. This isn't helped by the fact that our render distance is limited at 9, so the server runs smoother. We just have to get lucky, but with 2 hours worth of opportunity, chances are we'll stumble across 1 or 2. But there is another way. When you load in, you get placed randomly in a 25,000 block wide map, but this also happens if you die. I know this because I died in the previous event, that's why I was only in iron armor, so I could just die over and over again until I spawn in or near a desert. Once all the players have collected all the resources we need, we will hopefully be able to meet up to enchant. The nether team will collect leather from a bastion, I can collect sugarcane along the way to finding a desert temple, and it's likely we'll be able to get a full enchanting table set up. If we can, it would be nice to set up in a deep dark where we can easily collect XP, if not, quartz in the nether will work just as well. And if we're not able to do this, setting it up just before the final break-in will also be fine. Once we're all together, we will exchange gear, brew potions, enchant, and prepare our ender chests for the break-in. Once the break-in begins, we'll all get teleported a short distance away from the fortress. Also randomly, but much closer this time. After meeting up, we'll all break in together, but this is where the unknown is our biggest worry. As soon as we break into the center chamber, the entire guard team will see us and probably kill us. We need to get as close to the crystal as possible without entering the center room. That's why we'll divide up into 2 different teams. One team will go to set up with the bomb, and the other team will dig ahead of us and basically be a scout to see what defenses are and how close we can get without entering the center chamber. This team will enter the center chamber and probably become a distraction so we can set up the bomb. And once the bomb explodes, we take that money and walk out of there like nothing even happened. There are so many things that need to go right for this to work. We need to get just lucky enough on so many points, find 3 structures that aren't looted, have enough time to collect everything, and meet up afterwards. The bomb needs to work, and above all, do it faster than 1,000 other players. The plan's crazy. Just so crazy it might work. With only a few hours until the test event, we met up for one final practice, and it went fine. Some of us died, but in the 2 hours we did manage to get everything we needed. But we were far from the only organised players though. There were whole factions forming on the Discord server. It looked like over half of the players would be part of some group or team, which would give them a large advantage. The biggest of which was the Rift Field Task Force in the Commonwealth, which had over 100 players each. So I joined both of these teams to spy on them to see what they were doing, but these groups looked like they were just made up of a bunch of 12-year-olds. Like, their planning doc was pretty lackluster. No Preston plays. That's all it says. So it was the day of the test event. This one did have a $200 prize, but we reckoned it would be best to wait for the real event to pull out our secret wildcard. Even if we manage to win this event with the bomb, then the other 1,000 players will be aware of it and might try to copy us. But I still wanted to make sure it would work on the specific server software they use and with an amount of lag that 1,000 players create. So the plan was to practice collecting the resources for the bomb, to set it off somewhere a little away from the fortress just to make sure it'll work, and then just playing the event normally. We might as well try to win just for fun. But just before the test event started, disaster struck. Oren had to leave and Leon and Daniel just forgot to wake up. Apparently they slept through their alarms, so we were now down to only 2 players. So it was time to call in backup. Salesman Sales, Rocket the First, and Organisers, the 3 best and most available players who responded to our very frantic messages in time. We had about 20 minutes to fill them in on the event rules to go over our 5-page plan and designate new roles. So, it was time for the event, but as soon as the event started, we found out another issue. You know how the server worked before, and how they told us it would work, that we would be spread out across a 25,000 block wide map? Well, that has been completely scrapped. Instead, we were all placed inside a 500 block wide area around the centre island, and it was up to us to travel out as far as we'd like. I'm spawning in different places each time. I'm only like 500 blocks away from spawn. This means that the nether would be way more cramped and overcrowded, making it even more difficult to find nether wart in a bastion with gold, and the entire plan of dying over and over again was completely out the window. We just had to rely on good old-fashioned luck. So because of this, we designated more people to search for desert temples. But during our practice, we also found that desert temples aren't our only option. In fact, shipwrecks are almost just as good and are way more common. The chest loot table contains plenty of gunpowder, and we can use a map to find TNT that generates and buried treasures.
Gunpowder spawned in my
I found 4 TNT in a buried treasure.
Okay, wait, so we have
8.
We have 8, yeah, 8.
So before even finding the desert temple, we had nearly enough TNT anyway. Desert temple! What is up with this desert temple?
Yes!
There's a pillager outpost inside it.
Is that gonna like get rid of this?
This is the weirdest
I got 3
desert
blaze
temple
guns
I've
from
ever
that one
seen.
blaze. Wow.
So we have enough TNT now, right?
Yeah, I've just got enough myself, so... Also, Leon woke up, so he was able to join for most of the event.
It is fully possible to get all the TNT from 1 if you get enough gunpowder, but Leon, get on, hurry!
While that was happening, the team was collecting diamonds and nether items like we had planned. And with only a few minutes left, Kipper and Leon managed to brew fire-resistant potions.
We need another one.
Why'd you put it away like that? You have one
My
space.
inventory's too full. I actually don't have any space.
So, with everything ready, all we had to do was wait for the 2 hours to end. I looted a trial chamber in the meantime, just for fun.
Why is Burst going here?
Alright. Okay, is this the safe island?
Okay, I got another one.
140.
Rocket, do you have a crafting table?
Oh, I'm here.
Go around
I'm right in front of you guys. Here. Yeah, give me all your iron. So everyone met up, exchanged gear, and I went off to test the bomb to make sure it would work in the real event. Now
like
I'm
an
gonna
enchant
set off a
my
bunch of
axe.
TNT explosions, and you just need to tell me if you take damage. I need these people to stand back. There are people just here. I'm just gonna blow them up if they like. Back. This is gonna explode. No! Who did it? Well, it might work. Someone just blew it up before I tested it. Well, I guess that means we don't know if it'll work or not, and I also lost all my items. I would have liked to think that this was an accident, but who the hell sees a landmine and is like, oh gosh, R&D, I sure would like to stand right there. But we did have some spare gear, so we re-geared and I tried to break into the base. I immediately died. I just got really unlucky and one of the guards picked me out from the 1,000 players and killed me. But I wasn't the only member of the team. In fact, Kipper actually got really close to winning. After I died, I was watching the live stream, and the entire time only 2 people got close to breaking the crystal, and Kipper was one of them.
Oh, he sealed
When
it!
you're doing it.
No! That was so
Oh,
close. I almost I was
No.
digging
Yeah,
in and
it's
I
in
placed
you.
it above me, and then I placed it off the trapdoor.
This test event went horribly wrong for us, but it still filled me with hope. We managed to get everything we needed and improvised when things didn't go right. The chances that one of the guards singled me out I just blamed on bad luck, and no one actually managed to break in. The pro players managed to defend for the entire 45 minutes, which, if that happened in the real event, would give us plenty of time to set up the bomb. Speaking of which, I was recording using Flashback, and using the mod Lightmatica, I now had a blueprint of the test fortress that we could practice breaking in and setting up the bomb. The defences they use will be different in the real event, but would probably be similar to what was used here, so I practiced just giving myself items that I would likely have in the event, then broke in and set up the bomb as quickly as possible. I must have done this so many times, improving how quickly I could do it, from 30 minutes to 20 minutes to 12. I was sure I could break in and destroy the crystal in just 12 minutes. We even did practice with the group and finalized the plan and decided who would go where. Me, Daniel and Leon would dig in together to set up the bomb, while Kipper and Oren would mine ahead of us to alert us of what defenses are what and for how long they go on for, as well as trying to win the event normally. So with everything in place, we rested easy for the final day before the event. The night before, I was feeling really stressed, working through everything in my head, going over the plan again and again, the backup plans, the roles, playing through scenarios. So much stuff has to go right for this to work. It could go wrong at any moment. And as I was basically the leader, I felt that if anything did go wrong, it would be my fault. It was finally time. A month of practice and waiting had led up to this day. We sat there looking at the queue going down until it was our time to log in.
Oh, I'm here!
Wait,
I'm here!
actually
I'm
just
here!
in the event.
Bean, I see you! Bean, I see
see
you!
you.
Yeah, one of the pros.
I see you! You're up there!
Oh, go! Alright,
Oh,
let's see if
snap
the
out.
scope sensor blows me up. Trying to
course
get
it
away
did.
from the frame drop first.
Are you in the jungle?
As planned, we all split up to do our tasks. Me and Kipper searched for desert temples and the others mined for diamonds. The admins last minute had allowed a mod called Zero's Minimap, which would make it much easier to find structures, so I quickly downloaded it and installed it. But it didn't help much because it only showed places that you'd been to, so I ventured out on my big great walk. Now, the optimal method for finding a desert temple would be to find biomes that often border deserts, such as badlands, savannas, jungles, and mangrove swamps, and search around the border of all these biomes until you hit a desert. Using this method, I found literally every one of those biomes, apart from a desert, until 52 minutes in finding a desert temple.
Okay,
I have a silk touch
boys,
job.
good
Mine never
news,
gold.
I see a
I don't have
temple.
much gold
Yes,
because
yes,
the main
temple.
bit
Yes.
where the gold is.
We were ahead of pace. During that time, the rest of the gang had mined heaps of diamonds, made their way into the nether in an attempt to get fire resistance and ender pearls, but Oren kinda was throwing.
Oh,
I
I
died.
accept shipwreck. Look at that.
Oren. Oren.
I
Oren,
genuinely
why
don't know
did
how.
Oren. You fell from behind place, what do you mean you don't know how?
Because of the terrible mob spawning rates, Endermen were not spawning anywhere, but mobs linked to structures like piglins and a bastion would still spawn okay, so we could trade with piglins for items we needed. But every structure around the nether was already looted, so after I collected a few diamonds, I decided to join them, and because I was so far away looking for desert temples, I pretty much immediately found an unlooted bastion, and used my limited speedrunning knowledge to find a bunch of gold and start trading it.
Dude, nobody's looted this
Found-
bastion. It's
Go.
completely okay.
I don't think anybody's looted this bastion either.
Wait, there's a player at the top of the bastion. Wait, there's another player in this bastion.
I'm
3 ender pearls. I got 3 ender pearls.
Oh, nice.
Me too.
Okay.
But Oren wasn't the only one dying. Daniel was carrying the team, had so much stuff, but then died. Then managed to get back to his stuff and recollect it.
Yeah.
Found
Wait,
all of
Daniel.
my stuff.
Wait, so you have the pearls? You have more pearls now?
And then died again, losing it all.
I died
No,
to
Orin,
kick them.
Orin, we need-
Serious.
But all the items we needed, we managed to recollect pretty quickly, and we had spare diamonds for Daniel. I realised the rest of us that hadn't died were not far away from each other, so we decided to meet up at a nearby fortress for the final few moments. We prepared everything, checked off every item to make sure we weren't missing anything, and I crafted 2 ender chests to keep the resources needed for the bomb safe in case I died. This was the smartest mistake I'd made.
5 seconds! Say yes if you're ready!
Carpenter.
Alright, teleport is going to commence! Run!
It's
Here we
over.
go!
Leon, I see you! Leon, Leon,
I already
Here we go.
have
All 4 of us.
Okay, everybody
Oh, no,
There's
that's
a
player, no,
gun
right player.
There's
No, right
a
player.
skill player. Run.
He's spearing, he's spearing, he's spearing.
B, do you need any
I don't have like lots.
kind of gun?
Oh my god!
Okay.
Scram! Scram! There's a bird, there's a bird! Get out of there, get out of there!
Leon! He's after Leon! He's after Leon!
The pro players were flying around in elytra with spears, kebabbing any random groups of people they could find, and as we were enchanting, some random player next to us just got drone striked by one of the pro players, sending us all into panic and pressuring us into acting quickly. So we decided it was now or never.
There's a wither,
I see a
there's a
Kipper! I see a
wither.
Kipper!
I hear
see a
Warden.
Kipper.
Oh, there's a pro player! There's a pro player! There's a pro player!
Oh yes, throw dead, oh yes, throw dead.
Oh my god.
Okay, am I dead? Go Beans, go.
On the way in, the rest of the team died in one fell swoop, leaving me as the last remaining player, and it was all up to me to find a way in and...
Oh,
Ready to
I
start
died.
fighting?
What are your chords?
I
Bean?
died.
What?
Still here.
Oh, Bean died.
Oh my
I
god.
was
Oh my
in
God.
the lava and I just got speared by one of the pro players.
You still have the bomb stuff. We
I still have all the
an ender
bomb
chest.
stuff, but I have no
The ender
other
chest
stuff.
is-
But aren't you glad that I had put all the stuff to make the bomb in an ender chest, so it was all safe? After regrouping and re-gearing from some dead players we found lying around, I went back in to try and break in a second time.
He's
Like, all the way to
invis!
the top?
Up for player, start going in, start going in.
Really? Oh.
See a pro
Yes,
player?
mine in the wall and hide, mine in the wall and hide. Okay, and now we're separated, and this is terrible, and...
We're here.
The guy who was following us was killed!
Oh, they're about to get to us. They're digging out an area, and I can
You wanna
place a
risk
bed.
getting another one so we can make info?
Place the bed? Yeah, I got you.
Keep mine.
I died so far.
But now, I didn't have a spare ender chest. All the resources for the bomb were in my inventory. If I died now, the fate of our entire team would be dead in the water.
Door, just so.
Okay, I'm dead. I died with the bomb.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, one of the pro players found me.
That, my time on the server was done. I was basically useless, and the only hope we had left was that one of the others managed to dig in and win normally. But this wasn't looking too unlikely. All 4 of them were really close. Kipper and Oren were together and were just above the crystal waiting for an opportunity to try and win. One of the skilled players knew about the players hiding above though and was digging around, killing a few of them. And then he dug into the tunnel with Kipper and Oren.
just stab him. Just stab him. Wait, where'd they go? I don't know. They just like disappeared.
Okay.
Why did that guy just
That's
disappear?
Warden.
Why did the pro player actually vanish into thin air?
I don't know.
Yeah, I can hear it.
Somehow, the pro had just vanished before their eyes, and looking at the replay, we figured out what happened here. Earlier in the event, he had thrown an ender pearl which got caught in a bubble column and just got stuck there. Then later on, another pro player saw a random ender pearl and was like, I wonder whose ender pearl this is. And then seconds before Kipper and Oren died, this is real, this actually happened, they teleported their own teammate away by accident and saved Kipper and Oren.
I dug in. It's right there. I think they're gonna dig up to us. Oren, get out of here. Oren, get out of here. Oren, get out of here. Oren, get out of here.
Hold on.
What do you mean? Hold on. They're digging up. What do you mean? Just turn around.
He's off the box, he's off the box. There's no one on the box.
There's no one there.
There's no one on the box. There's no one on the box.
Kipper.
Now's probably your best chance. Now's probably your best chance.
Someone, they're coming back.
Oh, are you dying?
That's why I was. It's just to Oren, jump off. Oren, like jump off and distract them. Oren, just jump off. Oren, jump off. Oren, jump off. Oren, are you alive?
No, I died.
Yeah.
With the guards clearly alerted, they took their chance and Oren did whatever happened right here, but they weren't able to break the crystal. In the end, a player called Lewis12523919 won the event. Ironically, he has a TNT minecart skin, with his teammate Romeo Epic, who Kipper and Oren actually helped early in the event, and that was that. Our story is done, and we failed to win the event. I didn't want to seem unmotivated, but in reality, deep down, I knew, and I think everybody else knew, that the chances we won were actually really small. Although the turnout was actually much smaller than they wanted. The original 1,500 players they planned turned out to be only about 600. But I will hand it to my teammates, they did an amazing job and got really close to winning. If only I had a little bit more trust in them. I pretty much blame myself for losing there. There was a serious chance that we would have been able to win that event. All 4 of my teammates did way better than me in the panic, and I 100% should have foreseen this. I brought them in to help because I knew they're much better than me in Minecraft, but I just didn't trust them to set up the bomb correctly, which I know was completely wrong. If anybody apart from me had the TNT minecarts, then they would have been in the perfect spot to set it up. Not that it would have worked at all because the crystal was bugged and it took more than a single point of damage to win, but like whatever. I failed because I underestimated how much of a threat the 15 pro players would be. In the test event, I blamed it on bad luck, but in reality this was the main reason people died. Most people were just killed by one of the pro players. If I could do it again, I would have given the bomb and the responsibility to one of my teammates. But there is talk of a 20 versus 2000 event. So if this ever gets run again, you best bet the Fearsome 5 is giving it their best shot. However, as the great Sun Tzu once said, "Whatever you do, don't reveal all your techniques in a YouTube video. You fool, you moron." But I've actually already outplayed you. A duplicity so great probably most of you didn't catch it. There is one crucial detail that if you don't know would make this entire plan impossible. But I will never tell you that, would I?